Hello, I'm Richard Vobes, the Bald Explorer, and I'm out on another walk. Any idea where I am? That might give you a bit of a clue. Yes, I'm in Arundel, and today I thought I would take a little walk down towards the Black Rabbit pub along the river as much as I can, but the river is back that way, and there's also Swanbourne Lake to have a look at, which I think is just on the other side of Arundel Castle. So that's the castle up there, very resplendent castle, although that is very much the sort of Georgian replacement, if you like. The older keep, the Norman keep that was here, is further at the back. I have been in the castle and recorded a podcast many years ago, but not for a long time. So I'm going to take a stroll down this avenue of very lovely lime trees, which have now all lost their leaves, unfortunately, and head northwards and just see what we see. This is an area I've walked many times, but not on video. I do like the lime trees, and although they've lost their leaves on the top, as you can see, down at their base you often see this sort of preponderance of leaves that sprout up. Now, I rudely always refer to them as pubes because they seem to have that sort of effect. And I know I've made people laugh when I say that. I don't know what that is actually called. There's probably a name for all these tiny little shoots that come out covered in leaves, but on the top, nothing. There's a little reedy track just off the route that goes down to the Black Rabbit, and it heads up to the river, which is down there. Now I'm hoping to see the river in more detail. That's just actually behind me, but I'm going to carry on northwards first of all. But I imagine that's a little interesting route to go and have a look at. I'm in a very short window of sunshine and cloud because a little later on it's going to rain and the weather is going to change apparently, so I'm somewhat rushed this morning to get all the shots that I want in before we lose the lovely weather. As you go further down the road, you come to this rather delightful old bridge which crosses, and there's a sign that says there's no footpath, and yet clearly on the other side there is. So I'm going to try and get some shots of the bridge. I seem to have lost the lake. Maybe it was further up, or maybe it's just beyond here. So yeah, I haven't been here for a while. I think maybe you can tell. Fortunately, there is a footbridge and another pathway here that seems to be closed off actually, and I'm thinking that this water here that's going under that must be feeding, not so much feeding but coming from the downs or from the hillside here, the chalky hillside, must be leading into the river Arun, and it's sort of obviously built up a bit of a head. It looks very beautiful down there. Well, clearly I'd lost my bearings. I haven't been here, as I say, for a while. So over the bridge, I believe the buildings over that side, there's a sign that says it's the old dairy building, so not quite sure if there's a dairy still in there now, but we have the lake ahead of us. I thought I couldn't possibly have missed it. Just going to go into the old boathouse here. I didn't know you could get into it from this side. Let's see what we see from in here. Get a great view this side from the pond or the lake. Most people sort of go in at the gatehouse on the other side, but it's actually quite nice. There's a beautiful walk all the way around, and of course you can get up into Arundel Park and all the grounds around, which is terrific. But just looking around here, there's a lot of chalk, obviously because of the chalky hills. There's so much graffiti all on the rafters and the woodwork here of this boathouse. And I remember in the summer and spring they have boats and you can get onto the lake and paddle about, and I have brought a little rowing boat in here but in the past. It's great fun with the kids. I've come away from the lake now and I'm carrying on down towards the Black Rabbit pub, which is further down the road, and you come past the Arundel Wetlands, I think it's now called, Wetland Centre, which I always knew it as the Wildfowl Trust. So wildfowl would nest here and you'd come with your cameras and your binoculars and have a look. I don't know if they're open during the lockdown. It's all outdoors, so it looks pretty open and quite fun, but I haven't got the time to go in there. We're losing the sun now, which is a bit of a shame, so I'm going to press on. I do try to learn some of the plants as I go about and do my walks and things, and just consult some of the lovely books that I have. And there's a plant that I've always looked at and wondered what the hell it was. I looked it up the other day. Heart's tongue. It looks like an ordinary plant, but it's actually a fern. But it's a fern, I think it's the only fern that has enclosed leaves, or enclosed fronds. The fronds are all joined together, like a duck with webbed feet. A duck with webbed feet. And there's a huge number of them all along the bank here that rises steadily. Look, if I do this, it rises right up above me there, and it takes you up onto the, what is, I suppose, part of the chalky downs. I don't know what these are. They're going to be next on my search for interesting plants growing quite profusely here. Right, let's get back to the walk. It's a fair old trek down to the Black Rabbit, I'd forgotten. And of course, we haven't seen that much of the river yet. And here it is. The Black Rabbit pub. In the summer and spring and early autumn, in ordinary years, this place is packed and they do great meals. It's quite sad to see it empty. We're in the COVID year where everything at the moment is shut down, which is a bit of a shame. Also, looking back, you get to see Arundel Castle. Now, sadly, I didn't bring my long lens with me so I could get a much better image of it, but it's a beautiful view, and you can imagine on a lovely summer's day or an early evening watching the sun go down across that direction. Must be quite magical, sitting there with a pint of local beer. There's even a phone box here, which the phone has been removed, so you can't make a phone call anymore. But if it suddenly pours down with rain, it makes a very small little perfect shelter. It's a lovely pub. I haven't been here for years actually. There's lots of sitting outside by the river and enjoying it. And look, there's its own personal airstream. How about that? The Black Rabbit Pizza Company, it says. What a lovely looking thing. And you can sit here, presumably, and have a pizza on the veranda down by the river. by this rather remarkable, look at this, incredible shaped willow tree. Magical. Well, that's it in this walk. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you've enjoyed it. It's been rather magical. Don't forget to follow, like and subscribe. Press the bell notification and you'll be notified when the next video is there. Do help me become a patron and support what I do so I can put diesel in the van and go to these interesting places. And I'll see you on the next one. Take care. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.